I mean, I don't even know what this thing is, but it was only 50 cents. It looks old, it's heavy, and it has gauges on it, so it says it's from Germany. So I got it. It's really the only thing I got. I got a big, you see it back there, that's packing peanuts. I don't usually buy them. There's a store downtown that usually throws them out in a bag every now and then, but I guess I haven't timed it right because I haven't seen any lately. But they're only $1.50 for a big bag, so I went ahead and bought those. But this says American Map Company, Incorporated, NYC, New York City, and then on the other side it says Miles, like it's a Miles, Miles, and it says Germany. And it's heavy, it's glass, and it looks old. So I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'll have to do a Google Lens. I did no research at all because for 50 cents, I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. Period. But I'm not really sure what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go probably to the bakery today and sit. No one wanted to go with me today. Which they don't. Every now and then my boys will be like, yeah, we'll go. But not today. I don't know what the heck this is. It's got like a little wheel right there. Oh, okay. And it's turning that thing right there when I turn this. But I mean, it says miles. Certainly you don't sit there and, get down on the ground and do that for several miles. I mean, that would be like tedious. I don't know what this thing is. And I know all I have to do is a Google search and I'll find out. But still, it's just so weird. I'm not sure what it is. It says 1:24,000, and then it has miles. So I guess maybe it measures short distances, but I don't know why it would be in miles as opposed to feet or inches or something like that. So, wait, okay, now I've seen something else on here. It says inches to miles or versties. Never heard that word, versties. Yeah, Verstes, versties. Just a word I've never heard of. So inches to miles. Inches to miles. So would this to make a model? Like if you had a railroad and you were doing a town and you're trying to replicate a specific town, and would you use this? Like it's a mile from the police station to City Hall. So you want it to be correct, so you do this. Is that what it's for? To make like models or maps? Well, yeah. Of course. American Map Company. That's what this is. It's for maps. Okay, whatever, but it's cool. I like it. And actually, let me just go ahead. I'm going to get off here just briefly, and I'm going to do some research on it, and I'll be right back. You won't even know I'm gone. Trust me. Okay, so it's called something like a opsimeter, something like that. I know I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, and it's literally just when you have a map, it'll measure the miles on a map. So it might be able to be used for what I said, to make models and stuff, to have accurate measurements in a model, say, but it's actually for maps. You put it on the map and you go from point A to point B, and it lets you know how many miles it is. That's kind of cool. And they're for sale usually around $20 to $25. That's not a comp. That's not comps. That's just what I've seen them for sale for. I don't know what they've actually sold for. I'll do more research later. But anyway, that's a good buy for 50 cents. And it's cool. I just like that. So, back in the day, it'd be nice to have one of those, right? Now it's just like you just put it in your phone, like point A to point B is 23.3 miles. It takes this many minutes by foot, this minutes by car, and this many minutes by horse and buggy. I mean, it'll let you know everything. Anyway, I'm going to go to the bakery. I say that, but you know how often I say I'm going to the bakery and I end up riding around the block, and riding around the block, and riding around the block, and then deciding, going somewhere else. I don't know why. It's just, I mean, if I find a really good parking spot, that's a motivation to go ahead and park and go in. But when I have to ride around and end up parking a block or two away, and it's like, it's not that I'm lazy. It's just that, do I really want to go all that ways just to spend money on something that I really shouldn't be even having, like a brownie, another cup of coffee, which I'm going to have regardless, and a tip, which, if you've seen my prior videos, you know how I feel about tips. In places that they don't actually wait on you and bring stuff to your table. I believe in those tips. That's fine. I have no problem. And I tip well. I usually tip at least 30%. But over the counter, handing you something like McDonald's does and we don't tip them, I don't think anybody really needs a tip just to hand you a cup of coffee and they haven't done anything. I'm not going to go off on that tangent again. You may disagree with me or you may agree with me, but everybody has a right to their own opinion on that. Like I said, I believe in tips when it's appropriate. And when it's appropriate, in my opinion, is when it's a sit-in restaurant and they actually wait on you. Waitress. Or waiter, as opposed to cashier. Anyway. It's a nice day. I don't know what my family's going to do today. It's the weekend, so who knows? I don't think we have any plans. I'm sorry. I'm not awake yet. Not awake. And I don't think I'll be going to any more thrift shops today. I think that's probably all. Oh yeah, camper. We debated a long time on a camper, but I didn't really want to tow one around behind a car constantly and going through small towns. But that would be preferable that to having an RV. I definitely don't want an RV because then you have to tow the car behind you, and that just seems a little more dicey, and I don't care to do that. My father-in-law did that, and I just, he got caught in the gas station one time because he kind of like forgot or whatever and pulled in and had a hard time getting out, and he had to ask cars to move and stuff so he could get out. And but a small camper like that just went by. You probably didn't see it. You may have. It could have been. No, you didn't see it. Never mind. But it was a smaller camper. That's not too bad because then you can leave it at your site and go around downtown and everything. But you see a lot of people that has RVs and they don't have any car behind them. So it's like they either drive that thing all around or they don't go anywhere once they get it set up. Or the other possibility, sometimes I see an RV that has already... No, that wouldn't be right because they wouldn't drop their car off and drive around in their RV. So if you see somebody riding around in an RV, this probably means they don't have a car. And they're going to go to the campsite and just sit. Which that's fine. I mean, that's fine. It's a nice campsite. You know, has a lake for fishing and swimming, and has a little store to get things, and it's just nice and quiet. And that's what you want to do. I always like to go somewhere there, like go and explore new towns and cities. I like small cities and towns. So when I go someplace, that's why we like our van. We looked for this for, like I said before, a long time. We knew exactly what we wanted, and we found it. And it's just convenient. You can go and pull over and take a nap in it anywhere. You can fix a meal anywhere. Most people don't even know you're in the back when you're at these places. So anyway, it works for us, and we have a family of 4. No complaints. I'd like to have a second one. Family's not too fond of that idea, though. Anyway, I'm watching this car back up, and there's backing toward another car. This is where I got hit. Somebody backed out of this space, and let me turn you around real quick. This is what happened to me when I got the van hit. See that car backing out right there? It was parked here in this space right here, and the person that hit us, I don't see how she didn't see us, but she went all the way from the space very fast, wham, and I was also backed in, so she hit my front end, damaged my bumper and my fender. That's exactly how we got hit about a month or so ago. That was a happy day. Anyway, I'm very thankful that it turned out like it did. I got my van back. It looks better than it did before it got hit. What was that? Got my hand in the way. Hey, let me go. I'm gonna go to the bakery, I think. I'm gonna ride around the block anyway. See you in a little bit. So I did find a good parking place, but I didn't get coffee. I opted for a cold drink, and I've eaten a brownie. And I am working. Okay, that's it. Just a little short video today. Thanks for joining me. God bless you guys. God loves you. And yeah, I'll see you soon.